But this is how I start all of my questions now in Omni. When I'm looking at our own internal data, I will go straight to this chatbot and I'll say, if I was an e-commerce store, something like show me my monthly revenue for this year for the United Kingdom. And I think this is a good example of something that seems simple for a human, but actually when we want to translate it into something that makes sense from a data perspective and is correct, it's maybe not so simple. So what are the things that are interesting here? Well, firstly, do we have a field called revenue in our database, or is it called something else? Is the United Kingdom, is that what our data looks like, or does it look like something else? And is there anything that is implicit here that I haven't actually said? And so we can see here, well, firstly, for example, we can see it's looked and it's got our total sales price. So there's a synonym for what I have asked. It's not revenue, it's total sales price. The country field that it's filtered on is the UK. So it's translated United Kingdom to UK, again, because that AI context, that semantic layer, has that information about what this field actually looks like in my database. And then something that I didn't actually ask for, but I should have, because it was implicit in my question, is I only want to look at complete and shipped orders. I don't, when I'm looking at my revenue for this year, I don't want to look at cancelled orders. I don't want to look at returned orders. I only want these completed orders. So these are all things that are baked in as part of that underlying semantic layer to take the kind of imprecise questions that people ask and turn them into correct answers. From here then as well, you'll see we're also giving a little summary, but I can go and I can ask an iterative question on top of this. I might say then, also include last year. So this is conversational. It has the memory of the question that I just asked, and it's able to then iterate on top of that as well. And then I might say, after it generates this, I might ask it to give me a summary, or actually in this case, it'll go and it'll give me that summary straight out of the box. So this is a really, really simple example of how we can get started with AI here. We do also have the ability for it to chain together multiple queries. I won't get into this right now, but this is sort of a deep research mode where you could ask it a more open-ended question and it'll go and it'll run all the various queries against your database and create a summary of all of that. But oftentimes then you'll want to not just be locked into that AI workflow. You'll also then want to go and iterate on top of it. So I can at any point click this little explore button here. And that's now going to go and bring me into the more traditional BI experience, but with my starting point of my AI query to go and iterate on top of.